Hey everyone, it's NepDark here, back for another reaction video. It is time for our next Emblem hero. In Fire Emblem Heroes, usually when they come out, they're pretty broken. So this time we had Micaiah. Kind of expected that she was going to be coming real soon. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we get here.
I am fond of this appearance.
It's a lot of blue.
Wreathed in blue flame. It is as though I
Apparently she
am
likes
meant
it
to
too.
match Yoon. Yes. We shall emerge victorious.
Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and stop it right there. We have Maiden's Tome. Accelerate special trigger, effective against armored and cavalry foes. That's pretty standard for Micaiah. If a rally or assist movement skill is used by the unit or target unit, inflicts Spectrum -6 and exposure on the closest foes within 5 spaces of both unit and target ally with target ally or unit and targeting ally after movement. And oh my gosh, I need to read this slower. If a rally or movement assist skill, okay, is used by unit or targets unit, inflicts Spectrum -6 and exposure, okay, on closest foes within 5 spaces of unit and target ally or unit and targeting ally. Okay. So that's just their way of saying, you know, whether or not you did the assist skill or someone else did the assist skill. Okay. Targeting ally after movement and on foes within 2 spaces of those foes through their next actions. So, if a rally or movement assist skill is used by unit or targets unit, it'll inflict Spectrum -6 and exposure on the closest foes within 5 spaces of both the unit and ally that were a part of those assistance and rally skills. And it will be inflicted as well on foes within 2 spaces of that closest foe within 5 spaces of both unit and target ally. Whew, there's a lot there. Inflicts Spectrum -5 on foes on the map with the exposure effect active, and those foes suffer guaranteed follow-up attacks during combat. So with this one, with doing swap, you immediately give them Spectrum -11 exposure, and they're all guaranteed follow-up attacks. That's pretty good. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants bonus to unit's stats equal to the number of allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit times 3 plus 5, max 14. Unit will deal plus X damage, X equaling the total penalties among target and foes within 2 spaces of target. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 7, so flat damage reduction, and grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Nice. There's a lot there. A lot of debuffing through it. Honestly, I don't know attuned Micaiah's kit very well, but it sounds like it's really kind of going along the same lines of how much power that unit has. So she has swap. None of her, I don't even know what her special ability is, but she's got that unique, it's like Maiden's Solace or whatever it is, that unique assist skill, and she's had it on every unit, and I never like it. So I'm glad that it's not here. So she has swap, and then she has Great Sacrifice. When special triggers, boost damage by 60% of units res, and neutralizes foes, reduce damage by X% effects from foes' non-special skills. If unit or foe's special is ready, or units or foes' special triggered before or during combat, reduce damage from foes' next attack by 40%. If a rally or movement assist skill is used by unit, restores 20 HP to allies within 2 spaces of both unit and target ally after movement, and neutralizes any penalty on those allies, and grants another action to unit. Additional action granted once per turn only. Okay. that's awesome. They took what I was just talking about with the assist and they stuck it right into her special. So now I get the feeling like most people just didn't use that special. It was probably the most unused special skill that any singular unit have. Like, just imagine if every single time you know, a Crom came out and he gets like to change fate, if everyone immediately always like replaced it with something else. That's what it felt like with Micaiah. So I love this change that they've made here. Alright. Then we have Crystalline Water, Attack Res Havoc, Silence Ward 4. This I have not heard about before. For allies within 2 spaces of unit, grants attack res +4 and neutralize effects that prevent allies' counterattacks. Ooh. During combat. And also, if allies' attack can trigger an ally's special, grant special cooldown count -1 to ally before ally's first attack during combat. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack res +4 to unit and neutralizes effects that prevent units' counterattacks during combat. And also, if unit's attack can trigger unit special, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Okay. This ability right here is going to be a really good defensive ability to have for any Aether Rays defense. Like, it's just going to be phenomenal. So this is going to be interesting. I'm excited for this. So this will be, man, this will be a powerful one to have. This looks like a super, like, Titan level defensive powerhouse with Micaiah here. Enhanced Engaged Special. So this is her emblem effects. When a special trigger boosts damage by units max special cooldown count value ×4. If a rally or movement assist skill is used by unit, restores 20 HP to target ally and neutralizes any penalty on that ally and grants another action to unit and inflicts isolation. Okay. On unit and pair up cohort through their next action. And also, if unit or pair up cohort's range equals 2, restricts movement to 1 space on unit. So basically, they give the full effects of her special, except for they inflict the isolation and the movement to 1 space, which is kind of like the old way of doing things for Crom and the others. But you know, this isn't too bad. So that's actually pretty exciting. I gotta say, this artwork, I'm kind of in between.
Meant to match Yoon. Yes.
Swap, heals. Yeah,
We
she's got
shall
some power.
emerge victorious.
God, obliterating Ninhogger like that just makes it amazing. So, man, I gotta say, I think she's got a very strong one, but it's not like Lynn or Sigurd level.
Great
if
sacrifice.
If I were to put it somewhere, I'd say it's 3rd place among all of the emblem effects that we have, which is still pretty good, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's as must-have as the others. However, the game is getting out of hand.
Good night,
With
dear.
emblem effects. This is one hell of a defensive unit to have, though, on your Aether Rays
Emblem
team.
guide you.
Does this mean we'll get, like, Yunaka Bikini? That would be
Yunaka here.
yeah. Yeah. and
Give me an
chicken
order.
One, which kind of sucks. However, for a unit like Yunaka who can warp, it's not as big of a
Time
deal.
to finish the job.
Ugh, I love lower voice she has. Alright, let's see what we got here. Arun, Valencia, Ratatasker, Camilla, Sigurd, Pressfeld, Rahal, Sakura, Noma, Goto. Alright. Let's break these down one after another. Red, we have Rafal, Valencia, and I believe, was that Goto? I think it's Goto. Goto is the red dragon, if I remember correctly. Let me just make sure I have this right. Alright. Red's a dud. Rafal just can't compete with the other armors like that. I believe he's an armor. I'm pretty sure he's an armor. He just can't compete with the others. Goto, he has his niche, but honestly, it's not that powerful. And then Valencia is way outdated. Avoid red pool at all costs. Blue, you have Sigurd. You have Ratatasker. And you have Hresvelg. Ratatasker's enough to really bring down the blue pool. Hresvelg and Sigurd are amazing. And if you don't have Sigurd, go for it. But the rest of the pool, Hresvelg is really good, but it's not like a unit that you absolutely need if you don't have it. Ratatasker, though, is a big, like, goose egg. Like, it stinks. So blue is got some good stuff in there, but it's not the greatest. Definitely better than red, though. Green, Harun, which is way outdated. I love her, but she's outdated. We have this guy, I've already forgotten his name, and Camilla. Camilla has also already become outdated. I wanted her a long time ago, and I've just given up now because I don't really care enough. Noma. I forgot. Green is a huge dud. It's even worse than red. I would say red is slightly better than green. Blue is definitely better than the two of them. And then we have colorless, which is by far the best because it has Sakura and the new Micaiah. And Alm, who, even though I can't remember if it's a tuned Alm or rearmed Alm. Either way, he's a solid unit. Colorless is a solid pool to go for. And I think what I will do, like, I really want to save for the summer units, but I would love to have a shot at getting Sakura or Micaiah, because I don't have either of them. Not a huge fan of Alm, but if I got him, like, it would still be like, Alm beats just about all the other units on here, minus Sigurd. Non-colorless units on here. So even if I were to say Alm is the worst of the colorless batch, he still beats every other unit on this banner with the exception of Sigurd. So stick to colorless. You don't know what's coming with the summer units. Please remember that sometimes the summer units can be busted, really busted. A lot of people seem to overlook it because they mostly consider it to just be fan service. But just remember things like, for instance, Edelgard, which was, 2 years ago? Or remember when Claude came out, like demote Claude. So just don't count out summer units yet. July regular units are generally duds. They're not huge. So I don't think you have to worry about that. And then, of course, August special units are usually duds as well, because everyone is saving for Choose Your Legends, which will be the main units that come out in August. So, just letting you know what's ahead. Definitely look out for the summer units, but especially since this summer batch right here will probably be heroes, which would be, we could get Equipnir. Speedo and Kipnir. Could happen. I don't know what we're gonna get. We could get another Nidhogger swimsuit. Just be careful, because it's most likely going to be heroes. And for the past several years, they've generally done the previous year's heroes as swimsuit heroes. Last year it was Gulaveg and the crew. So be careful. That could be on the horizon. I'm still hoping for Sharena, Regan, duo swimsuit. Probably won't happen, but I really hope. So, anyways, the only heroes, as I said, the only heroes really going for in this one are going to be all the colorless heroes, and then probably Sigurd and Frestfeld maybe. But for the most part, I would stick to colorless, and if you want, maybe dabble in a little bit of blue pool. As far as Emblem Micaiah is concerned, she is, if I were to rank her, she's probably the third best Emblem hero that I've seen. She's better than Ike and Marth and Celica, but I don't think she's on the tier of either Sigurd or Lyn. So just something to think about. She's definitely in the middle there, but it seems like she's going to be a pretty good nuke and a really good defensive unit to have on your team for Aether Raids. So if you really want to build a sick Aether Raids defense, I think this is the one unit you want to have on there. So I hope that goes through everything. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. I'm excited for Micaiah, but I'm not excited enough to start dumping orbs away from potential summer units that could be coming. So we'll see what happens, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Neptorka out. See you guys.